Hello and welcome back to our channel. My name is Francisco and I work for Virtual CNS. And we're here to kind of discuss a little bit about an interesting topic that is typically out there. And we're actually really interested in helping our community when it comes to business owners trying to make a decision on what application to use and what kind of software to use to get started or maybe to improve the business. So let me give you a little bit of background. We are actually a technology company in South Florida, and we are trying to help. We're trying to focus our services in small business owners. Okay, so over the past few years, we have been able to assist when it comes to IT technology, IT support when it comes to applications and computers, and also different technologies that are typically used for a small business. Okay. Now, what we're trying to do is really be able to share our information, our knowledge with you guys when it comes to helping business owners on how to get started. Okay. Now, there's an interesting topic and conversation when it comes to, for example, what application to use in my business. Okay, so let's talk about different options and different situations. If you are a business owner, you typically are actually in a difficult decision where, okay, where do I get started? What application to use? Which application is actually the most efficient for me, the most affordable for me, and what should I use in my process? So that's really the job for the business owner to actually think about the options, what processes to implement, what applications to purchase, what IT environment to have available for the employees. That's really not an easy decision. It takes some time to really for you to determine exactly how to do that. Now, we as a company, our company is Virtual CNS. We're going to try to help you all the way from the very beginning all the way through the process on how to get started. If you're starting a business, we can help you. If you are in the middle of the process, or maybe you have already a couple of years working your business, we can also assist you in improving your process if that's the case. Now, let's talk about a particular scenario where you're a business owner and you want to get started. Typically, you have basic components that you need to have with you available at all times. Okay, business runs. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, you have to have basic elements to run. Okay, so the most important one obviously is your main and primary software. Typically, depending on the industry that you are, you're gonna get recommendations from competitors or maybe vendors about what application to use for your business. Okay, that's where you're gonna run all the operations. Maybe you're gonna get your clients from that application. Maybe you're gonna get invoicing. Maybe you're gonna have the notes and documentation of what to do when you are actually finishing and completing services. If you are selling a service, if you're selling a product, maybe you have a particular application that is gonna work better for you. Typically, the application is a database that you have to actually purchase in order for you to run that service or products management. Okay. Now, typically that third-party application, what we call the third-party application, comes also with the need to have an accounting application. QuickBooks, for example, in the United States is actually a very popular application. We actually recommend that all the time. There's other options, but for the most part, I see in QuickBooks obviously being the option for you to go. And also, again, when it comes to emails, when it comes to, let's say, for example, documentation, file sharing, Office 365 is definitely a good option for you to go. There's always options out there as anything else out there in the world, but QuickBooks and also Office 365 are good components for you to get started, and they're affordable, they're accessible. They're not really too crazy expensive as maybe more advanced applications out there. So let's talk about this. So let's say, for example, you start and you're a business owner, and then you definitely want to have maybe a third-party application for your industry. You implement it, and maybe you want to host that in the cloud or maybe in your internal business. The next step is obviously for you to get some sort of CRM, maybe a sales type of application. And we're going to talk about this on the Microsoft products available to you right away to get started. So we're going to talk about Dynamics 365. Again, this is an example. You don't have to go necessarily with this application, but it's an option. It's an option for you to consider. And the reason for that is that if you have Dynamics 365, that goes hand in hand with Office 365, or soon to be called Microsoft 365, where, say, for example, you're using that and you have emails, file sharing, chat communication, you have a social media internally for your business. You also have SharePoint, which we have talked about in the other videos, but you also want to have a CRM, a sales component available to your business. And you also want to have maybe a marketing side and maybe a field service side. And that's where Dynamics 365 comes in. We're going to talk about that right now. So let's say, for example, you decide that this is a good product, is what you can pay for, and maybe you get Dynamics. Then the components and the integration between Dynamics 365 and Microsoft 365 are going to be just right in there. It's going to be much easier for you to really be able to implement. That is also compatible with QuickBooks. So at the end of the day, maybe you want to have the Dynamics 365, maybe Office 365 and QuickBooks. That's a good combination. If you do decide to go with another application that is not Dynamics 365, that's fine. That's really the business owner decision. But the problem with that is going to be that it's going to take more effort. You're going to definitely need an IT support when it comes to integrating another application, maybe to your emails, maybe to other components around your organization. So that's where it gets tricky. That's the decision at the end of the day for the office, for the business owner. And that's really something that you can really, we cannot really make that decision for you. We can just suggest, we can work with you when it comes to that option, and then we'll take it step by step. So let's talk about Dynamics. What exactly this does is, as you can see here, and I'm going to be trying to be very short about this. What the application is a CRM, is really an application that you can have available online that is going to allow you to record the information from the clients, be able to do some marketing if needed, depending on the module that you purchase. Maybe you want to provide some services and invoices and maybe some financing information. That's all in this application, okay? Here in the Microsoft Dynamics 365, we can see the sales option. We can also see the marketing option, service, if you want to really do the field service application, and maybe you want to deliver applications to your clients, and this is how you manage the dispatching, the pricing, who is going to go for the scheduling, and all that information that you really need to do there. If you want to look into the financing or portion of it, there's a module for that as well, maybe a more advanced situation, and also the operations for you to really manage what's going on out there when it comes to the actual service. Also, they have a commerce and also HR application available. Now, the most important thing about here is that this is an application available to you for you to really manage your application. When it comes to this, you really have to make the decision right away. It's important for you to spend a good amount of time trying to make this decision. In my experience, what I really have to share with you is that once you make that decision and you're actually using this, it typically takes maybe 2 to maybe 6 months for you to learn the application and to actually train your employees to use it. So what you do not want to do is maybe get started with one application and then change right away to another one. That is going to really delay the growth in your company. You're not going to be able to really take the next steps because you're just going back and back to the actual training process, and that takes time. So you definitely want to take your time making that decision, and then before you actually end up choosing an application, okay? Dynamics 365 is an option. It's not necessarily the option that you really want to make a decision on and actually purchase that, but it's a good option, okay? I just put in the information out there, and obviously you make the decision. As you can see here, if you go to the website, dynamics.microsoft.com. You're going to be able to explore the options. If you have any question about this application, let us know. Our email is info@virtualcns.com, and we'll be happy to help you when it comes to what exactly it works, how this works, and if this is a good fit for you. Obviously, the other application that I was using or I was suggesting is the actual QuickBooks. QuickBooks has two versions. QuickBooks has the desktop version and the online version, okay? Over the years, we have used the desktop version for most of our clients, and it's really great. You are able to integrate this application with a lot of other third-party applications, and it works great. But now the online version has become very popular in the past couple of years as well. And I really recommend it. With the online version, you pay a monthly fee, and then you go out there and you have, if I can expand this option, for example, right here, pretty much this kind of portal where you're gonna have a lot to really work with in this situation. You have all the dashboards, the banking, all the expenses, all the money coming in, coming out, all the profits, the revenue, the reports available to you, your team, you're able to manage the 1099s and W2s, pretty much everything when it comes to money that QuickBooks does for you, and that's why we recommend it. The online version, which is what we use actually in our internal organization, is a great product. It can sync to different applications. It's compatible to many applications out there, and it gives you the information that you need right away. Also, accounting departments that are going to help you at the end of the day to really do your taxes really understands QuickBooks very well. So that's why QuickBooks is very popular in the United States in this example. Okay, so again, you have the QuickBooks, the accounting side, and also you have potentially the CRM 365, depending on what you use, or maybe a third-party application that, depending on the situation, is going to be a good fit for you. So again, we're just providing options. At the end of the day, we are an IT company that provides options, and you decide, depending on what you decide, then obviously we support you when it comes to any type of configuration or help in the applications that you have to support. But anyways, this is pretty much what I wanted to show you. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to let us know. Our email is info@virtualcns.com, and we'll be happy to help you through the process for all those small businesses out there. Thanks for watching our video. If you liked our video, please click like and subscribe to our video. We have a lot of more information coming up, especially dedicated to small business owners in the United States. Thanks for watching.